Hey, Joe here with Florida Conceal Carry, and today I have a PSA story time, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just going to jump right into it. I had a person bring me a gun the other day, a friend, saying, hey, they're having problems with their gun. It's not working correctly. It won't feed. To get it to feed, you have to really tap on the rear of the slide. First thing I'm thinking, there's something wrong. It shouldn't be that way. It was a Glock. It usually doesn't happen. Sometimes if they're really dirty, it can happen. So, of course, when I get the gun, it is completely dry. So, of course, safety things first. Drop all the ammo out, clear it a couple times, make sure there's nothing in there, take it apart, and yes, completely dry. So, I clean the gun. Go to put it back together. Feels a lot different. You can feel, okay, this thing's running smooth. But it still should have loaded. It wasn't that bad. Then I really looked at it, and there's a simple thing. It was a Glock 42, which is a 380. Folks, we got to check these things. I'm going to go a little closer. Hopefully you can see the difference there. They look pretty close to the same right there, right? Yeah. Well, that's the difference right there. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. 9mm, 380. This happens a lot. The person got really embarrassed. Nothing to be embarrassed about. You just need to check a little more carefully. 380, if you look at them that way, they're pretty much the same size. A 380 is nothing more than 9mm short. Sometimes they're called 9 Kurtz, which means 9 short. You got to watch out for that stuff. I've had people come in a lot of times, they buy a box of 9 Kurtz, they throw it in their 9mm, and it's not working. That's because it's actually a 380. I know it gets confusing, but really shouldn't be. When you go to your local gun shop to buy ammo, tell them what gun you have. It's a 380. You know, you got a Glock 42, it's a 380. They're going to give you the right ammo. When you're buying stuff online and everything, thinking you got a great deal, that's when these problems happen. If you have multiple calibers, this can happen. Folks, check your ammo. Basically what this person was doing was trying to feed a 9mm round into their 380. It's not going to work. I've seen it more with 40s and people trying to put a 9 in there. And yes, it will shoot out. You'll get 1 round off, sometimes maybe even 2. Then it's not going to work and you're not going to be too accurate. I've also seen it with 45 long Colts, people trying to put a 45 long Colt on the 45, vice versa. You see crazy things. Can it get confusing? If you're a novice to it, yes, it can get a little confusing at times. But just double check. On the back of the ammo, if you have good eyes, on the back of the casing right there, you can actually see what it is. I'll get a closer video for you in a second. You can actually see what caliber it is. You really need to check this stuff. Double check, because that could be a life-changing situation there. So be careful with your ammo. One of our things in the class we get a lot of time is storing ammo and all that stuff and how long you should keep it. I am not a big fan of keeping ammo over 5 years. It's not going to last that long for me anyway. I'm probably eventually going to shoot it off. My personal protection ammo, if the gun that I carry every single day, my main concealed carry gun, every 6 months, I swap out the ammo. It's a cheap insurance policy. Last thing you want is that thing to go click when you need it to go bang. A year is also a good guide for that too. I know a lot of law enforcement agencies do it in a year. Some of the ones that have more money to spend, they do it every 6 months, especially down here in Florida with the heat and humidity. But year, good. I'm a little overboard. Every 6 months, again, what's it, a $20-some investment for your safety? It's worth it to me. So again, do yourself a favor, do us all a favor, double check the ammo before you put it into your gun and you try to load it. Another thing to double check too is when you're shooting. If you buy a new concealed carry ammo, and as you know, I'm not a big fan of this gimmick ammo. I like the proven stuff that's out there, the Hornadies, the Golden, what you got, the Golden Sabres, you got the Spears, Gold Dots, you got the Federal HSTs. That's stuff that passes the FBI inspection every year. That's what I'm carrying in my guns. Personally, I like Hornady Duty or Hornady Critical Defense. So hopefully this answered some questions for you. Don't be embarrassed if it happens. Stuff happens. Just double check and make sure you know before you're carrying that gun. And by the way, when you are carrying that concealed carry ammo, that personal protection ammo, make sure it works in your firearm first. So go to your local range. You don't have to pop off the whole box. Just take a few rounds, shoot them through them, feel the difference that's in there, and make sure it's feeding correctly through your gun. Some of these guns out there that have really tight tolerances, which we like because it's going to be a more accurate firearm, sometimes they have problems with the different openings on the hollow points. So double check it before you're carrying it for your protection. Folks, have a great day. If you ever have any questions or anything like that, please feel free, put it in the comments below. Send me a PM, email, whatever it's going to be. And if you thought this video was good, let us know. Share it with your friends. Have a great day.